Hello and welcome. We are about to dive into 25 new English words from WordSmart's List 14. If you're studying for a big test or you just want to get better at English, you're in the right place. We're going to make these words super easy to understand. Ready? Let's go. So to make this all a bit easier, we've organized the words into 4 simple groups. First, we'll talk about, talking, words for communication. Then, words to describe people. After that, action words. And finally, we'll wrap up with some words for big ideas. Trust me, learning them in these groups makes them stick in your brain so much better. All right, let's jump into our first section. This group is all about how we use words, how we talk, praise people, and tell our stories. Okay, these 2 words, exhort and extol, can seem a little alike because they're both about strong speaking. But here's the difference. When you exhort someone, you're pushing them, encouraging them really strongly to do something. Imagine a coach yelling, "Come on, team, you have to win this." He's exhorting them. Now, to extol is to praise something with a lot of enthusiasm. Like when a teacher says your homework was absolutely brilliant and perfect. They're extolling you. So remember, exhort is for urging someone forward, and extol is for praising something great. Let's break down these next 3. First up, explicit. If something is explicit, it is super clear, direct, and easy to understand. There's no hidden meaning. Think of a recipe with explicit instructions. You know exactly what to do. Then there's fabrication. A fabrication is just a lie, something that is completely made up. It's the total opposite of the truth. And finally, facetious. This is when you try to be funny or make a joke about something serious. You know, if you're about to take a really hard test and you say, "Oh, I can't wait, I love tests," you're probably being facetious. Moving right along to our second group. These are some fantastic words you can use to describe different kinds of people and what they're like. All right, here we have 3 very different types of people. An extrovert is that person you know who loves being around others. They're outgoing, social, and they get their energy from being in a crowd. Now, a fastidious person is someone who is incredibly careful about details. They want everything to be just right, super clean, super perfect. And then you have a fatalist. This is someone who believes that you can't change the future. Whatever is going to happen is going to happen. It's all about fate. Now, these 2 words, fatuous and farcical, both deal with foolishness, but in slightly different ways. Fatuous means something is just plain silly or stupid. You'd use it to describe a really dumb idea. A farcical situation, on the other hand, is one that's so ridiculous and chaotic that it actually becomes funny. Think of a silly comedy movie where everything goes wrong in a hilarious way. So, a key difference, fatuous is usually for a silly idea and farcical is for a silly situation. Time for section 3. Let's get into some action words. This group is all about doing things and the results that come from those actions. Okay, pay close attention here, because these 2 words look and sound really similar but are very different. To expedite something simply means to make it go faster, to speed it up. Like when you pay extra for faster shipping, you expedite the delivery. Now, expedient is different. An action that is expedient is helpful and practical for you, but it might not be the right or fair thing to do. It's like taking a shortcut that's maybe a little selfish. So here's a super simple way to keep them straight. Just think, expedite is all about speed, and expedient is all about a practical and sometimes selfish advantage. Remembering that little trick will help you avoid mixing them up. Both of these words mean to free, but they free someone from very different things. To exonerate someone is to free them from blame. It means to officially declare them not guilty of a crime or a mistake. A court can exonerate someone. But to extricate someone means to free them from a tough spot or a physical trap, like helping to extricate a friend from a difficult argument or, getting a cat down from a tall tree. And here we have 2 total opposites. To exasperate someone is to annoy them so much that they just can't stand it anymore. It's that feeling of being completely fed up and frustrated. On the flip side, to exult is to show that you are incredibly happy and excited. Imagine your team just won the final game. You would jump up and down and cheer. You would exult. So exasperate is maximum annoyance, and exult is maximum joy. Let's compare these 2. To exemplify something means to be a perfect example of it. You could say that a superhero exemplifies bravery. Simple enough, right? Now, to extrapolate means to take information you have right now and use it to make a smart guess about the future. For example, if you see that a company's sales have gone up every month this year, you can extrapolate that they will probably do well next month too. This one is pretty straightforward. An expatriate, or an expat for short, is just a person who is living in a country that isn't their home country. So if you were born in Brazil but now you live in France, you are an expat. It can also be used as a verb for the act of leaving your country to live somewhere else. We've made it to our final section. Now we're going to look at some more abstract words. These are words that describe big ideas, situations, and important qualities you'll definitely come across. Okay, check out these two words because they are opposites. If something is exhaustive, it means it's totally complete, including every single detail. An exhaustive search means you looked absolutely everywhere. Now, extraneous information is the exact opposite. It's the extra stuff you don't need. It's irrelevant. So for a perfect report, your research should be exhaustive, but you should remove all the extraneous details. Here are our next 3 big concept words. A facile solution to a problem is one that's too simple. It sounds easy, but it hasn't been thought through properly and probably won't work. Next, a faction is a small, organized group of people within a larger group who have different ideas or goals. Think of a faction of students who want different school rules. And finally, an exigency. This is just a fancy word for an urgent situation or an emergency. A fire in a building is an exigency. All right, this is a big one. Existential. This word is all about the deep questions of life. Why are we here? What is the meaning of it all? What does it mean to be human? Anything related to these big questions about our existence and the freedom we have to make choices, well, that's what we call existential. And just like that, we've done it. All 25 words. So, quick question for you. How are you feeling right now? Are you feeling fastidious, wanting to go back and check every word perfectly? Maybe a little facetious, ready to joke that this was way too easy? Or are you feeling exultant, totally happy and excited about all the new vocabulary you've just learned? Whatever it is, you did an amazing job today.